Russia says it is now in full control of the eastern city of Lysychansk, a claim not confirmed by Ukraine. Russian Defence Minister Sergei Shoigu told President Putin that his forces now completely held the Luhansk region. Earlier, the head of Russia's Chechen Republic, Ramzan Kadyrov, published video apparently showing Chechen fighters in the center of Lysychansk. Further west, the Ukrainian-held city of Slovyansk came under heavy shelling, with at least 6 people killed. It is in Donetsk region, which with Luhansk forms the industrial Donbas. Just before he launched the war, President Putin recognized all of Luhansk and Donetsk as independent of Ukraine. Russian proxy forces began an insurgency there in 2014. Just over a week ago, Russian troops captured Severodonetsk, a city reduced to ruins by weeks of Russian bombardment. Eastern cities under heavy bombardment. Russian officials have said their forces are fighting for the complete liberation of the Donbas, which broadly refers to Ukraine's eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, where Russian-backed separatists held significant territory before the invasion. Russia has made slow but significant advances in the east, at the cost of heavy losses of troops and equipment. In the past week, Russian forces have taken over the eastern city of Severodonetsk, giving them control of almost all of the Luhansk region. On Sunday morning, Russian cruise missiles were fired on areas far from the front line. They hit Kyiv and a bridge near the central city of Cherkasy, which connects east and west Ukraine across the Dnieper River. Russia's key 90 km long central front line in the Donbas lies to the west of the Seversky Donets River, according to the UK Ministry of Defence. Following the capture of Severodonetsk, Russian forces are now reportedly attacking the neighboring city of Lysychansk, according to the Institute for the Study of War. Further west, Russian forces have continued to launch attacks towards Slovyansk from the direction of Izum, aiming to regain momentum in the area, according to the UK Ministry of Defence. Russian forces have seen big losses. Russian forces have suffered heavy losses since the invasion began. The MOD says Russia is likely to have suffered devastating losses among its middle and junior ranking officers. It says these losses are likely to contribute to a loss of morale and poor discipline among lower ranks. Significant quantities of Russian weaponry have also been destroyed. As a result, Russia has tried to combine some heavily depleted units, forming what some analysts have called Frankenstein forces, to fight in the east. The MOD believes the Russian leadership remains reluctant to order a general mobilization, despite a shortfall in the number of deployable reservists. Further north, Russian units are vying for control over advantageous defensive positions north of Kharkiv and attempting to protect ground lines of communication to the Donbas, according to the ISW. Russia targets full control of south. Russian forces initially made rapid gains in the south, with their main objective being the creation of a land corridor between Crimea, which it annexed in 2014, and areas held by Russian-backed separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk. But strong resistance from Ukrainian forces near Mykolaiv in the west and in Mariupol significantly slowed Russian advances. Russia is now fully in control of the port city of Mariupol, after a siege lasting more than 2 months came to an end on the 20th of May. There is a shortage of fresh water and medical facilities in Mariupol, and the city is at risk of a major cholera outbreak, according to the MOD. Some 100,000 people are still in the city. Russian troops have continued to shell Ukrainian positions across the southern regions of Zaporizhia, Kherson, Mykolaiv and Dnipropetrovsk. According to the ISW, Russia's current priority in the south is to halt Ukrainian counterattacks, which have succeeded in regaining some territory in recent weeks. To the west, Russia had aimed to take control of Odessa and cut off Ukraine's access to the Black Sea, but its forces were blocked by a staunch defense in Mykolaiv and forced back towards Kherson by a Ukrainian counteroffensive in March. Analysts say Russia has continued to reinforce Snake Island in the Black Sea with air defenses in order to protect its naval vessels blockading the Ukrainian coast and hindering the resumption of trade. Russia invaded Ukraine on the 24th of February, but Ukrainian forces retook large areas around Kyiv in early April after Russia abandoned its push towards the capital. Areas in the west of the country, including Lviv, have seen missile attacks but no attempt by Russian forces to take and occupy ground.